So 24 hours with Brighter Investments today. So on the way to London, quick stop to pick up Luigi from LA Capital. So he's assisting me today, doing an event down in London. So Luigi will talk about HMOs. So he's on his way now. Yeah, so usually I catch the train, but at the moment there's some roadworks on, so it's taking around about 3.5 hours to get to London. So today we'll be driving down, making a few calls, and on the way having a discussion with Luigi, just talking everything property, to be honest. Let's go. Yeah, so just on the way to London. So this is actually my ninth event. So I've done 7 so far in London at the moment. They've all gone quite successful, to be honest. Various events, speaking to, way over 100 people that have attended them and sat down and wanted to know more about property. So that's the aim, to be honest. It's about giving back to people, letting them understand what I did, what my personal story was, how they can get involved in property and create a return. So that's the whole point of the event. And it's about, I guess, after that, anyone that's interested in seeing what we can do for them, then yes, we'll sit down with them and see what's available and what's possible. I've had some great clients come from events that have wanted to learn more. I've met some great people at events that have kind of done separate mentoring on, that have then gone away and learned and done more stuff as well. So it's a great platform to, I guess, an awareness as to what Brighter Investments do, and also a great way to just meet people and network. That's the key thing as well, is that I meet a lot of people that are doing different things in property, development-wise, refurbishment-wise, and it's just nice just to catch up with them as well. And at the end of the day, these individuals that we catch up with as investors, I see them as close friends as well, that I can keep in touch with them, see what's happening. I've got a chap that's coming down later that I've not done much work with in the past or any work with yet, but we get on quite well. He's based in London, as I said, and it's just nice just to see what he's been doing over the last few months. He runs a service accommodation company, so it's nice to do that. I've got another client that I've worked with over the past 24 months, and again, she's coming just for a bit of a catch-up. So she came to my first event 24 months ago, and at that time didn't work for me until a year later. So you can see kind of the time frames in terms of that journey, that yes, someone might work with you within the next 2 months, someone maybe the next 24 months, but it's nice always to catch up with these investors and see what they're up to. So yeah, we'll be there shortly. First of all, we've got a few different appointments to do, which I'll tell you about shortly as well. First of all, now we've got a busy schedule. As I said, I've got numerous calls. To be honest, I've just come off the phone to a chap that is from a development company. Basically what they do is they do financing for development. So I'm talking to him at the moment about a plot of land, basically that we're looking at development or getting some kind of development funding for 5 houses to be built. We're in discussions with him. He's saying, for example, that what we'd have to do first of all is put in your initial input. So for example, that land's worth £150,000, so that lender wants to see us put in that initial £150,000 first. We're looking at, okay, how do we input the least amount of capital into this deal? So that's one of our aims. It's about, okay, how can we ascertain debt, but good debt is a key thing here. So it's not about, can we put the whole £900,000 into this deal? Can we put in as little as possible? So can we put in £150,000? Will the lender give us a very good return on that rate of borrowing the rest? So we're in talks at the moment of getting a 6% interest rate on the remaining funds that need to go into this deal. We're in discussion with the vendor as well, looking at an option agreement to actually get this piece of land. It doesn't have full planning permission yet. It's got an outline plan which has a few queries with the council to still go through. So we're in a discussion with him for full planning to be obtained first, with an option agreement to purchase it over the next 2 months once that is received, the full planning. So the lender is basically saying they want us to work closely with a builder on this as well, which we can do. We've done a few new builds before in the past, been quite successful. So that's not a problem. So we're just waiting to hear back from him now in terms of what the remaining requirements are from the lender, but they're very much up for this deal. As I said, the interest rate not bad at all. We're in talks around 6%. Potentially, he said it may creep up to 7%, but as you can see, in terms of that return, it's not bad at all. And the total deal, it's looking at forecasting over 30%. So yeah, we're very happy with that, and we'll keep you posted on that deal more over the next couple of months as well. Is it like, obviously it's based on 10% yield, what is the yield like in Liverpool? Do you know what I mean?
Won't be the same as most of them.
No, it might not be though, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just ask if it could be, but it might not be.
You mean how they calculate it?
Yeah. Like, no, not calculating, how do they sell it? Do you know what I mean? So like, for example, is there a certain number they always achieve? Is it like 14%, for example? Do you know what I what I mean? Because like for example, like Doncaster, it's like I don't know, 13%. They're all like that. Do you know what I mean? None of them are like 10%.
Well, like Knox is around 10.
Not since 10, but obviously like Doncaster, for example, is 13%. When I look at it, they're all 13. You probably won't know, will it? You probably won't. You'd have to research for that yourself. It's there.
It's cool if not.
No, it's there. It's just there. Just met back up with Luigi. If you didn't notice, this guy wants something to eat. So always good to eat when you're in London for the day. So far, I mean, like 10 o'clock this morning. It's now, what time is it? It's now 3:30. So I've not eaten again since then. Yes, I'm hungry, and I'd love to get my sea bass, which is something that I always do when I come to London. It gives me that energy for the event. But at the moment, it's 3:30. We've got a meeting at 4:15 with a client. So we've got a tight schedule. Luigi himself went to get some food. So how was your food, mate?
You know what? This is a rule of thumb. I've got to eat at least 6 times a day. Okay, 6 to 8, sometimes 9 and 10, and you'll have lots of energy. Because yeah, I'm feeling good about tonight. Should be good. I'm excited for it.
I'm excited, but I've got some sweets in my bag, so if I don't get a chance to eat, sweets will do it. Like that, yeah, obviously, whatever, Mercedes, this, that.
So I'm trying to get one.
Why am I pushing that on YouTube? EC.
No, that was you're going to do a finance talk, just a little bit.
Quick, like 5 minutes. To say, based on Luigi's case study, this is how it would bridge top level. That's it, just simple as that. I'm not going to go into it deep. But if you want to talk offline about something like that, then obviously by all means contact us. That's how I would say. So we got to Ring Tea at 11 this morning while we're driving to London. We've got Matt, we've got in development finance, wants to catch up. Shawbrook Bank want to talk to us as well. We've got a vendor that wants to talk about the flats that he's got for sale in the city centre. We've got to catch up with Richie at Curtain Club. We've got to catch up there with another client. We've got the event, and then after the event we've got another catch up as well. So that's the busy day we've got. So yeah, it's a day of the life. It's difficult to keep it all together, and I'm still hungry on top of that.
How's it going? Oh, yeah, good, man. Good to see you. Long time.
Long time. It's okay. This is it. So Richie, if you can share with us in terms of your experience with private investments from a consultancy point of view, and obviously your own plans and your strategy, what you achieved.
Sure. Yeah. So I've been working with Brighter Investments since 2015, and to start with, I really wanted advice on buying my first property. So I turned to Ramiro, and Ramiro taught me through kind of the ins and outs of what kind of options I've got, whether it's Help to Buy or whether I want to go with a residential mortgage. And then we were just looking at what options and deals I wanted to go with. So I decided to go with one of the investment equity deals only, and yeah, the returns have been great. And I guess since 2015 to now, I've continually reinvested my money into Brighter Investments, and yeah, generally, it's been a good service.
And from your consultancy, in terms of, I guess, your strategy personally, in terms of what you achieved with your own, I guess, personal investment, how did you find that experience with it? Did you find it was now the right choice? 6 months on, I think we were from the original purchase that you did for yourself with. What's your
Yeah, definitely. So as part of what I do, so I'm a management consultant, so as a contractor there's a lot of capital that comes to me, but then I don't really know how to then turn that capital into further investment and actually get better returns. So when we did that deal on the Nottingham University Road, that really did give me the best returns for my money, and then I wanted to really go with another deal, so I'll be ready for that next time.
Yeah, so your own personal strategy, how do you think that went in terms of your own personal purchase, your own personal property, in terms of the advice that you got during that process when you were looking at it? And is that strategy working for you now? Is it doing what you needed to do, is the question?
Yeah, certainly. So this London property, I said I wanted to go in with 10% deposit, and I really wanted something where I could get the best of both worlds. So it's a first-time buyer. I could also get a place that would give me a future return. So yeah, the advice I got initially was good, as we were looking at different multiple options, whether it's the Help to Buy or whether it's the residential mortgage, and we decided to go down the residential mortgage. And the reason why I think that's a good choice is because now I'm looking at my second property with you guys, so that's what I'm doing for.
Yeah, so yeah, thank you for your time today. Much appreciated. It's good to always catch up and share new deals and what's available and just to catch up and see what you've been doing in the past 6 months. So much appreciated.
For sure. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, cheers.
Yeah, 5:10, 1 hour to the event. Just left Richie, last client. Literally got another 20 minutes to get to the event, get ready, settle, and ready to go. Luigi's already there, so it should be all good. Maybe 10 minutes away. (5:35 p.m) Event starts at 6. Luigi's there, already set up. So yeah, I've got a meeting at 10 minutes time. Just have a few skittles, like I said earlier, and then I'm ready to go. Energy will be there. So yeah, around the corner. Made it. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Should we go?
Well, just doing silent talk. And then quite quick.
Yeah.
As you probably noticed, usually.
Yes, and the ideal scenario, since you were asking, would be money in, money out in terms of the investment stuff with like the purchases and the refinance.
Okay,
So working it
okay.
backwards. So
Yes.
since we're up there, we can work out if it works. Like let's say the
friendly environment, so to speak. Is that someone who may work with us on? It's about can you an architect has designed a good design with the L property. What she's actually done is she put a garage here, which means the property ends here and there's a garage there. Again, research. Someone might want a horse at the bottom of the field, or they might want some chickens or a sheep. So how are you going to get a big trailer for a horse down to the bottom of that garden?
I came to this event because I was looking for some answers about the property market, about the ways of funding, about the possibilities of what can be done basically in a given time frame with the given resources. Both Luigi and Romero give us such a big insight about what can be done, about the time frames, about the potential funding. It was a great explanation about how can we work as investors with Brighter Investments or LLC Capitals. I'm really glad I came here and definitely recommend it.
Skittles. Been a long day. Just finished the event. I think there was about 18 people that attended, 19 people. And it was a good day. No food all day from like 10 o'clock. So these Skittles, do it for me, mate. Really good day though. Some good feedback from the event. People enjoyed it. Said that they had a good time. We're going to finish this now and get some food. And then go back home. Relax. So yeah, it's a good feedback. People interested in the different like products and services that we offer. So can't complain, to be fair. Really good. So just finish the event. I want to talk a little bit about the importance of joint venturing. So I think it's quite an important subject because for me, I think I was talking to some people in an event, like you have to be networking. I think the importance is if you want to do something bigger and better, is if you can network. I think that's the key thing. If you network, you're meeting like-minded individuals that are trying to do something similar to you. I think it's a way that, for example, you need, let's say, 150 grand for a large project. You'll find that there might be 3 people out there that are looking to put the 50 grand in each, alongside yourself, for example. So it means all of a sudden now you can do a big cash purchase on a property, you can do a big refurbishment that might achieve quite a good number. Tonight I'll be talking about delivering numbers around like the 60 grand mark with structural issue properties. I was talking about a property up in Lincoln. I think the total input on that one was £158,000. Delivered 60 grand return on investment. It's valued at 225 grand. But to achieve something like that, it's a collective way of working. So we work closely with 2 key investors on that one alongside ourselves in order to achieve something like that. Same with other examples. I mean, I got another example of a project up in Scunthorpe where the investors invested in a large amount of capital, and we're going to obviously match that amount to do another large project, which hopefully should achieve a number of around £80,000, which is somewhere around 33% ROI. as opposed to Lincoln that did 39% ROI. So people might ask, okay, these big numbers and big percentages, is it possible from residential? Yes, it is possible, but it needs to be a very good deal. These deals are out there as well. I know that with LA Capital we're doing a HMO deal that's going to be generating, I think, circa triple figure numbers. So you're talking about over 100 grand from one deal, which is crazy to think of, but they are out there, they are possible. So yeah, the importance of networking, be out there, going to these events and seminars, networking with individuals, giving out your business cards. I know someone from PIN that talks about getting paper business cards as cheap as it could be from Vistaprint, for example. I don't see why not. Get your card, get your name on it, get your mobile number on there, your email address, just hand them out. Be out there, talking to people, networking, keep handing them out, and I'm sure you'll get things come back to you that are good to move forward with. So yeah, that's one key tip I'd say at the end of my event, is definitely be out there networking all the time. Yeah, so you've seen the day in London, Nottingham to London, same day, full day. You've seen the event, that's what we do every time we come down. We've got meetings back to back, different places in central London. We then got the event, we then got discussions after that with clients and future clients. Then we still haven't even had a chance to sit down and have something to eat. So that's what we're going to do now anyway. We're going to sit down, take it easy, have something to eat, and then ready again for tomorrow morning. 9 o'clock another meeting, 11 o'clock again another meeting, and then time to go back home. In short, in terms of Bright Investments, what we do and who we are, so it's about creating a return for an investor. We are based on investment management, so we focus on creating that best return for you as the investor, whatever that percentage is. We try and achieve as high as we can. We've got different services and products available, as you know. Head over to brightinvestments.com to see more information. We've got fixed income returns, and we guarantee you a fixed amount over a fixed period of time. We've also got the opportunity for you to own your own property and achieve the highest possible return there is. We do different types of properties and projects, commercial to residential, HMOs, service accommodation, single-let refurbishments of derelict properties. So yeah, we're going to go to guys to give you that best return as possible. Thank you for following the journey today. Just finally arrived. It's a long day in London, time to tuck in. Got the sea bass and the rice. Let's go, mate, let's go. Time right now is 10:39. Long day. 12 hours since I last ate.